Do you need to improve your communication skills? I've got the video for you. In this video, I'm gonna share powerful Bible verses about communication that have great principles for effective communication. First, I want to mention that every communication has 5 key elements: the speaker, the listener, the message, the delivery, and the interferences. So I have arranged the verses in these 5 categories. So let's start with Bible verses for the speaker. Proverbs 10:19. Too much talk leads to sin. Be sensible and keep your mouth shut. Proverbs 21:23. Watch your tongue and keep your mouth shut, and you will stay out of trouble. The principle in those verses is don't talk too much. Now the application: be wise with your words. Think before you speak, and speak clearly. Bible verses for the listener. James 1:19. You must all be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. Proverbs 18:13. To answer before listening, that is folly and shame. The principle is be a good listener and focus on the speaker. The application is focus on understanding, not on how to respond. Do not interrupt the speaker and ask for clarification as needed. Now, Bible verses for the message. Psalm 19:14. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight. And Ephesians 4:29. Don't use foul or abusive language. Let everything you say be good and helpful, so that your words will be an encouragement to those who hear them. The principle is please God with your words and encourage others. The application is start the conversation gently and with kind words. Choose your words wisely. Use words of affirmation and encourage people. Bible verses for the delivery. Ecclesiastes 3:1. There is a time for everything. Ecclesiastes 3:7. A time to be silent and a time to speak. Colossians 4:6. Let your conversation be gracious as well as sensible, for then you will have the right answer for everyone. And Proverbs 15:1. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The principle here is consider the appropriate time and place to have a conversation and speak kindly. Application: set a specific time and place for those difficult conversations. Speak gently and kindly, and show respect and self-control as an act of love. Now, Bible verses for the interferences that we experience in communication. Acts 20 verse 9 has an interesting event. Seated in a window was a young man named Eutychus, who was sinking into a deep sleep as Paul talked on and on. When he was sound asleep, he fell to the ground from the 3rd story and was picked up dead. Ooh, you may have heard this story. The fact is that the young man was so tired that he fell asleep during Paul's sermon. Now, Paul raised him from the dead. But the point is, the man was very tired. Okay, keep your mind on the interferences. I'm going to explain them. In Matthew 16:21-23, there is an event in which Peter misinterpreted what Jesus stated about being the Messiah. Peter had his Jewish mindset of what the Messiah would look like, which caused him to misunderstand what Jesus had said. The principle in these 2 Bible stories is that there are many types of interferences in our communication. Experts call them internal and external interferences. For example, Internal or physiological would include our feelings and emotions, whether we are angry or disappointed. And for example, the physiological would include being tired, being hungry, or like the young man, being sleepy during a conversation. And internal also includes what experts call filters. And these filters would include the worldview. Everybody has a worldview with assumptions and opinions which cause people to interpret what others say from their own perspective. Now, external interferences or would be the things in the environment. So it could be your cell phone, your smartphone, right? Could be noises that are around you, could be children screaming, yelling, things that would interfere with your listening, your communication. The application here is be aware of the interferences and the filters. Then minimize the interferences, whether they are internal or external, and be aware of your filters. Be open to hearing different opinions and ideas from the speaker. The point here is that communication will strengthen your relationships and create emotional intimacy in your marriage. Above all, effective communication will please the Lord. Watch the videos you see here on the screen to continue to improve your communication. I'll see you in the next video.